Hello again, whiskey friends. Thanks for joining, everybody, for another Whiskey Wednesday and a epic Whiskey Wednesday at that. There is so much nervous energy floating around the stream right now. I am about to bounce through the ceiling. I am like so nervous about Blendaggedon, and I know Durell's feeling the exact same way. So we'll keep everything on the rails as much as we can tonight. But no matter what, I mean, we got a 40% chance of Hoff bringing home another Blendaggedon title. And I'd argue our odds are a little better because our blends are also really, really good. So with today, you're going to get the pregame here, and we are going to go through some blind pours provided by legendary Doug Papa. And as we go through that, we'll talk about the copper and cask release, talk about the barrel that we picked at Old Dom last week, and then talk about Blendaggedon and, of course, the amazing charitable fundraiser that Jason does for that stream and all the bottles that are donated there. So that is the agenda for today. So thank you for joining today, everybody. Let's kick off the show. All right. Got some new names floating in chat here. There's a lot of people pouring in. Thanks for joining, everybody. A lot of you have been here for a while just chatting it up. So that is what we're going to do today. And I'd be remiss without also thanking Baker Drinks for having me on Saturday. Had a whole lot of fun hanging out with Trev and with Laura and Troy. So thank you for that. So let's bring on the rest of today's panel. First, let's start with Kelsey. Kelsey, why don't you say hi to everybody? And then what do you think about today's programming here with these blind samples?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, Jeff. Hey, Durell. Good to see you guys as always. No, man, I'm excited about tonight. Hopefully, I get to sit back and relax. This is fun. I'm chilled. I had my little cigar before I got here, so I'm all nice and relaxed. So this is going to be fun for me. Hopefully I can keep you guys preoccupied with your brains so you don't freak out and get all nervous, but we're going to have fun no matter what. So it'll be a good time.
Oh yeah. All right, let's bring on Durell. Durell, say hi to everybody and then let us know how you're feeling right now.
What's going on, everybody? Good to be here again, man. Another Wednesday. It's always fun. But yeah, I've been nervous for the past month. Once I found out I was back in the finals, I've been nervous. So it's just been building up and building up. Talking to Jason about it yesterday. He's just laughing at me. But yeah, it's on my mind, man. Like, it's all in fun, right? But I'm a competitor, so I don't want to lose. But I told him as long as I'm not the first one out, I'm okay with that. And if I lose, I hope that you win. So we got a 40% chance of it being one of us. So the odds are in our favor.
Yeah. 40% chance, not even counting the quality of the pours or our ability. That might give us a little bit of edge, too. We might have like a 50-50 chance. Let's bring it home.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, Kelsey, why don't we say hi to everybody? We got 38 people in chat here. Actually, before you say hi to everybody, Kelsey, just wanted to give some love and some prayers to all of our friends over around the Kentucky River, or around the Ohio River, all the flooding and everything. Our friend Todd River has been going through that all weekend, sending us pictures. It just looks horrifying what is happening down there with all that flooding. So thoughts and prayers out to everybody that's impacted by it, and do what you can to help your neighbors and all that kind of stuff here. But I forgot to say it off the top.
No, absolutely. Definitely our thoughts and prayers are with everybody in that area that's been affected. Cheers, Jason. Good to see you in here, buddy. Top dog, you were not first, you're last. Let's see. The Whiskey Saint was in here third. Look at that. Durell was in here early, man.
Yeah, I was getting on him.
Mark, cheers to you, buddy. We'll just root for Hello Again Whiskey Friends. So I like this one, Travis. I'm on team Jafferl. Our executive producer, Todd, buddy, we've been thinking about you all week.
Yep.
Love you guys. Give our love to Diane and those people that have really been affected by all this. I know you guys will bounce back, and the community will be helpful for all of you guys. Randall, thank you for joining. Happy Whiskey Wednesday. He is in here. Let's see. Sugar Kitty is in here. James Morgan, cheers to you. Roger Reese, cheers, buddy. Good to see you in here again. And Papa Doug is in the house. That's what I'm going to call him now, Papa Doug.
What's up, Doug? Cheers, buddy.
Hey, Doug.
JSLs, cheers to you, man. Let's see.
Blend to get you.
Peter B. What's up, Peter? Good to see you in here. And Uncorked is in here. Good to see you. Let the pregame begin. Absolutely. Trev is in here. Good to see you in here, Trev. Cater is here. Cheers to you as well. Stacy, good to see you in here. 4 Leaf Whiskey is in the house. Our favorite Turk is here. Katie, good to see you. Long time no talk. Whiskey BS is in the house. Yep. Perkins is here. Cheers to Henry, my Arkansas buddy. He's back working again after his surgery. So glad you're doing well, buddy. Tim Cornet is here. Richie Z, the legend. Cheers. Cheers to you, buddy. Good to see you in here as always. There's our other buddy, Drifting Drams. It's fun for the losers. Yeah, get your game face on, Durell. If you ain't first, you're last. He's not even paying attention. Let's see. Martinez is here. Cheers to you. Mark Ellens is in here as well. Cheers to you. Let's see. Yeah, Jay himself. Cheers, man. Hello again, whiskey friends. Good luck tonight, fellas. It's going to be an interesting night. May one of your 5 blends take home the championship. Oh, goodness. Let's see here. Mark B is here. Cheers to you, Mark. Ryan Copperwolf is here as well.
What's up, Ryan? Haven't seen him in a bit.
Ryan.
Buddy.
Let's see. We already did that. John Cloud is in here. Jeff Perkins is here as well. We're getting close. And Randall Erickson. This needs to be on a sports betting app. Hey, there you go. You know, you can always find something to bet on. Bet on the winners. Bet on Hello Again Whiskey Friends for tonight. So make sure you guys, when we're through, jump over there and support Jeff and Durell and all the other contestants as well going up tonight. Got a really fun night planned. We don't know what we're drinking. Doug sent us these, and I know Doug has some really good whiskey, so I'm excited to try them out. We're just going to enjoy it, talk about it. Durell can guess all he wants, and see if he can bottle call.
You guys got to get on me, man. I just like enjoying it.
This is the good news, is that I get to keep these guys on task, on time, and keep them from stressing out. So we'll jump in. We've got some stuff coming up. Jeff, you want to hit those with our picks and everything else news-wise?
Yeah, let me hit up something. I saw a comment here from E.H. Tater. That's a new name, but he must be talking about when I was talking about a rhetoric on the recent video. And 60% of the time, I pronounce everything right every time. Thank you very much. So if you're new to the channel, keeping score on that, you know, you'll be docking me quite a few times for mispronouncing things. That's how it goes. All right.
Cheers, lip service crew. Good
Hey, did you? Oh wait, did he get him? Sorry.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, I caught the last part of it. I see my name in samples. Nice.
Yeah.
We're good.
So first off, to kick everything off, thank you so much, everybody who supported the Copper and Cask drop over on Sealbox this past weekend. I mean, we instantaneously essentially hit the number that Sealbox wants to see to bring the barrel in, with the hard truth as an example, knowing that was a rye and there was 220 bottles. Took us 3 weeks to hit that number, and then they brought it all in and worked out for everybody there. This one we hit that Friday. We sold so many. There's actually only 25 bottles left. So if you're unfamiliar, there is over on Sealbox, if you search Big Vic, it'll pop up a copper and cask 8-year that is, or is it 7 years? Tastes like an 8-year. Either way, it's absolutely delicious. There's only 25 left. Don't sleep on it. They'll probably be gone here within the next week. And as mentioned, Sealbox is already bringing that in. So I hope there's a bottle in our hands within next 2 weeks. So really looking forward to getting our hands on that one. But yeah, don't sleep on it. If you liked all of our prior MGP picks, it's right up to that level. And if you didn't get those picks, then don't sleep on this one. It's only $68.
And that $68 is a great value for that whiskey. I mean, it is top notch. Here is the link if you need it.
There we go.
So thank you, Katie, for putting that in. And we're excited about that. Also, Richie, thank you so much for putting that in as well. So there's in there for you a couple of times. Appreciate that. We did pick the Old Dom last week, which was a fun pick. So we are excited about number 2 that we picked.
Oh, man.
And we'll be getting that out here pretty soon. I know that we're going to dump it so we don't change the profile on it too much because we really, really like that one. So that one will be going through shared pour when it comes out. So make sure you guys keep an eye out for the dates and everything as that comes available. And we're talking through some other ones for June and July, as well as some fun stuff through the rest of the year. So
yep,
I think that's all of the news, right?
Yeah, and for those that are keeping score here, I mean, we've got a Green River in motion here. I think that one's getting bottled or has already gone through the bottling line in March. And then Bardstown will go through the bottling line this month, if I've got it all correct. So those are getting darn close. Been working on the stickers for those, so we'll do a preview of those stickers later. But they're ridiculous and fun.
Then the newest one that we will be picking come, I guess, really almost exactly a month, essentially, from today, is New Holland and Evernorth. So make sure you guys are going to want these. I promise you. If you're not familiar with New Holland, I'm telling you guys, they are doing some great stuff with rum, with bourbon. If you're familiar with the Origin series and the Dragon's Milk, that's the same place as well. So they're putting out some really good stuff. So
and the rye over there is killer too.
Yeah, they've been really doing some great whiskey. So we're excited about visiting our buddies in Michigan with Gary and Tom and the Junkies and hanging out with Dan and Sean and Brandon, all those guys up there in Michigan. My first time up in that state, so I'm literally looking forward to it. So it should be a lot of fun.
Oh, it's going to be a blast.
Well,
and then
Thursday.
Last thing. No super chat giveaways tonight. Don't super chat us. Go to Jason's. Donate to the fundraiser there for, I believe it's National Children's
Hospital.
Yep, is the organization here. So donate to that. Put all your concentration onto that. We're not going to give anything away here. We're just going to enjoy the night. I will say, I think we've got like 8 to 10 bottles combined in that giveaway. So go win those bottles. We got some hitters in there.
Absolutely.
All right.
You ready to dive into number one?
Number one. Yeah, let's get into this here. Keep my nervous energy from just taking over.
Cheers, guys.
Put this up.
Right. Cheers.
Wow. Should I adjust my fan?
Nice on the nose.
Cheers to Doug. Doug, thank you so much for setting this whole thing together. Individual envelopes with reveals. This is going to be awesome. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm digging that nose right off the bat.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out, Henry, when I'm up there to see if there's any special release Magnus that sits on the shelf. So we'll see. Marty Party's in the house. Cheers, buddy. Good to see you in here. Sorry, I saw you earlier, but didn't get a chance to highlight it because people were chatting. So good to see you, buddy. Go check out Marty at Whiskey Nose and check out his new video. It just reviewed the 8-year 101 that was just released. That will be a continual shelfer, from my knowledge.
Man, getting like some apple skin on this one.
Yeah.
Dude, I get like a really funky oak that I love. It's that barn funk.
Yeah, the oak on this is pretty good.
Or if it's youth or whatever, but I love that note, regardless of the age.
Yeah. This is more like a Honeycrisp apple. If you're familiar with Honeycrisp apples, that's what I'm getting.
Okay.
It's that Calumet funk I get on like the 16. But I don't think this is like super aged, but I get that funk note.
I don't think it's super aged, and it's refreshing. Like the oak on it's refreshing. It's like the word that comes to mind. Yeah.
It's very bright in there. It's not a dark profile at all. So here you go, Marty. Thank you, Richie, for putting that in there. So if you guys want to check it out, there's the link for the video. Always support our brothers and sisters in YouTube and what they're doing.
Oh man,
nice flavor. Finish kind of tapers off a little quick. Actually, I did rinse out. Let me take another sip before I say that, but the flavor was nice.
Ooh, that's super sweet on the front part of the palate. The oak's hitting me on the outside edges of my tongue. A little bit of tannin notes towards the middle part. Not off-putting in any way, just that's where it's hitting.
Getting quite a bit of cinnamon. Had a really good mouthfeel up front, but then at the same time, it doesn't feel high proof to me. So let me know if that's a me thing right now.
No, I agree with you.
Second sip, I thought like maybe 110-ish. Like it's lingering a bit.
Mm-hmm.
The first sip kind of was a little proof down from the sip of water I took. Changing the shit I need to whiskey rube. But that second sip definitely carried a little bit more of the ethanol on the mouth.
Yeah.
But that's good. Doug was worried, saying he hopes he won't be disappointed. I'm not disappointed in this one so far.
No, that's a great pour. It's very like straight down the middle as far as bourbon notes. There's not anything that is sharp or that sticks out and dominates the profile to me at all. Everything's pretty well balanced.
Yeah, I think it's like a traditional non-whiskey, finished bourbon.
Mark Ellens, there is a workaround for that. So email us at Hello Again Whiskey Friends. We're more than happy to send that to you. And there's a workaround where you can get it. So just let us know. Yeah. Email us here, and we're glad to send that over to you.
And please go to your states and complain and get them to change those laws. All of our friends in Kentucky and Michigan, we want to get whiskey to you. Jeez, yeah. So annoying.
They don't ship to Arkansas either, Mark, and that's where I live. So
oh, come on.
Yeah, it's they do a good job of the workaround, and so there's a way to get it. So make sure you guys check it out.
There's like 10 states they don't hit, and 3 of them are like important to us. Like seriously. And Tennessee, 4 of them are important to us.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I think the proof actually may be under 110. That sip there, I don't really get much proof. I don't know what's going on with my tongue. Second sip, it kind of like lit me up a bit. But that first one.
Man. No, I think it's barely over 100. I would say 108 to 110, something right around in there.
Yeah, I was gonna back off around to like 107-ish or so.
Very good pour though. It's a good one to start off with to kind of get our palates acclimated.
The mouthfeel on that's my favorite part.
Yeah, it sticks to the glass too. It has some nice legs.
The oak part after a couple of sips kind of dies down a little bit. Your palate kind of acclimates to oak, and it's a little bit sweeter on the mid palate than it was first sip. So
funky milk though, I can't get past, and I love it. It's like walking into a wet rick house, man. Like the freaking wood is just saturated with whiskey, and it's just been sitting there for years, like just funky, wet. Sounds gross, like mildewy, but from the whiskey. Oh, I see a hand, buddy. Nice. He has like one of those square like needle prints. You want to show everybody really quick? Your hand?
Hey.
Oh,
Hi.
hi, guy.
Are you gonna do it on
Yeah,
your
you got the
face?
needle print thing.
Oh, okay. Let me see it, buddy.
Yeah, just
All right.
very good, very easy to drink, super approachable. I'm really liking the nose even more the longer it's sitting. It's starting to sweeten up more. Getting a little bit more rounded, a little bit more complex. On the nose.
Okay.
It reminds me a little bit of Watershed in some ways with the apple, and I think it's a craft distillery of some sort. It kind of has that profile to me too. So
I kind of get that on the nose more than the palate, though, Jeff, on the craft part of it. I don't get so much on the palate, but I agree with you on the nose on that part.
Yeah, it comes across pretty balanced on the palate for me.
Yeah.
If I were to grade this one, I think I'm probably right around like an 82, 83. I think the only thing that would hold it back from getting a few more points is probably just the complexity. But
yeah,
it's a good pour.
No, I agree with you.
All right.
I totally
Kelsey,
agree with you.
Do you want to do the honors and do the reveal on this one?
Yeah, let me grab it. Let's see. At first, I thought he was sending me money because I got this envelope and it was full. I was like, "Oh, that feels like money." Oh, wait, no, it's just the reveal. So, sample number 1.
Oh, we revealing, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello again, whiskeyfriends@gmail.com.
Yep.
Mark. So hit me up. I'll send you the info.
So what we are drinking is not surprising. Pursuit United double oaked bourbon picked by Bourbon Social Single Barrel Club in Long Island, New York. Proof is 108. We were right on point.
Yeah, I knocked it down to that 107. And that's double oak bourbon. Oh, so it is technically finished, but
yeah,
that's maybe why I'm getting
bourbon.
The funky part of that oak. Maybe the double oak portion of it is bringing it out a bit more.
You know what's funny is that I've always thought Pursuit kind of reminded me a little bit of Watershed as far as their bourbons. But Pursuit has always been very balanced. Their whiskey and their blends are always really well balanced. I haven't had one that isn't. So thank you for sending that, Doug. That was really good.
Just write on my sample glass before I forget. I know I got the letters, but that may get.
Yeah, I'll do the same. Durell. That's a good idea.
I didn't do that for a very long time, and I had like a bunch of like random samples, like 1, 2, 3 ABC, and lost the keys and didn't know what they were. So enjoyed them truly blind without even having an idea.
Now, I haven't had a lot of Pursuit. Do you guys know where they like typically source from? Is that like a thing they fill in the bottle?
I think typically Kentucky, MGP, Ethan and Katie has had a lot. Ethan and Katie, where are they sourcing from most of the time? And put that in the chat. Doug, thank you so much for the nice note. I appreciate that very much, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, Doug's the man. Appreciate you, buddy.
And then in chat, if you got any other questions for us, let us know too. I always love doing the hot takes on things, and then I can turn those into shorts.
Ooh, that's a good lineup there, Norseman. Nice. So Geary is a cigar by Loyalty. That is a better-known cigar company, and it is fabulous. If you guys are cigar smokers, go check them out online. Give them some support because they are doing some really good cigars. But, yeah, that's a great pouring. I love that batch 3. Tim says New York, Tennessee, Kentucky.
Oh, that's right. I've seen that before.
TDI, Finger Lakes, and Bardstown Bourbon Company for bourbon. Sagamore, MGP for the rye. So
there we go. All right. Now,
thanks,
Finger
Tim.
Lakes.
TDI. I don't know.
That's the New York one, then, I guess.
Yeah.
Never had that on its own.
Being that it's bourbon, because it doesn't come across as Bardstown to me, but I've never had Finger Lakes.
I bet you this is TDI.
TDI
based off of our experience over there when we were doing the single barrel pick.
Wait, Nashville?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think the double oaked part of it helps it quite a bit.
No, I agree. It gives it that that roundness, but it also gives the palate more of a sweeter oak profile. I felt like the one TDI or two TDIs that we tasted were a little bit sharper than this, not as a little bit more pointed on the palate than this was. This was really, really nice.
That was good. That was a perfect first pour.
Absolutely.
Well, buddy.
All right. Get a washout here. Why don't we get into sample number 2?
Yeah, that was good. I've only had one Pursuit United, and it was a double oaked as well. I don't know if it was bourbon or rye, but I remember liking that too. And I don't know if Todd sent that to us or not.
I know that Ethan and Katie had sent me some earlier, and I really, really liked the rye, but that doesn't, I mean, that makes sense for me because I loved what Sagamore and MGP is doing as far as wine, as far as that goes. Excuse me. Walker, good to see you in here, buddy.
Hey, Walker. So he's setting us straight here. So the double oak bourbon is a blend of all 3 of those distilleries. So
there you go.
So we are correct. It does have TDI in it.
Into bourbon and rye. So wait, it has.
So it's got the TDI, the Finger Lakes, and it. So they must blend it, and then they're pouring it into a barrel to get finished, and then people are picking amongst those finished barrels. So
got it. It's a blend of those 3. Okay. TDI is good, but it
great in the blend.
A whole on its own.
What's up, Mojo?
Experiment.
Cheers, man.
Hey, Mojo.
What's up, buddy?
Good to see you here, buddy.
All right. Rinse out.
Sean, good to see you, man. I don't remember seeing your name, so good to see you in here.
Cheers, Sean.
So what we're doing, in case you just jumped in, we're sampling through some pours from Douglas Papa, and don't know what they are, so we're just kind of going through them, tasting them, see what you guys think about what we think about them, and then letting you know what they are. Appreciate that. Make sure you guys hit the like. I appreciate that.
Doug, all of these samples are well timed because Durell and I here are waiting for our dates on Blendaggedon, or not Blendaggedon, on Matt Madness. So
yeah,
we'll be training up for it. I'm already ready to go.
Ooh.
Well, this
first
is
it came across as rye.
Yeah.
Gave me like a little rye spike on a nose.
This one's got some craftiness to it too on the nose.
It's coming across.
We don't have the age of sample A, right? There was no way it wasn't age stated on that one.
I didn't open mine.
I didn't see an age statement on that.
I'm not sure they always age state.
I don't think that they do.
This has like that funky note too, man. It's a very similar note. Like I think this is rye instead of bourbon, but it carries a very similar oak note that I get on the first one.
Yeah, Mark, their walleye rum is freaking
oh my god,
delicious. Absolutely.
When that Doug sent us,
right?
Oh. Immediately I was like, Jeff, you got to try this.
There was a night back in December. Dan set up this pick with New Holland. And then there was a night back in December where Doug sent these samples, and one of them was a walleye malted rye. And Durell and I tried it independently and immediately just started texting each other like, what the crap is this thing? And then when I was looking it up on the website, I was like, wait, it's New Holland. And I immediately started texting Dan like, Dan, start talking about walleye rye. Make that happen. I don't know what we're picking over there, but
this does not taste like what it smells like. The palate is way different than what it smells like. Oh my goodness.
I mean, I get a little bit of that pot still note that I always talk about on the nose, but then I'm getting a whole bunch of fruits.
Yeah, it has that same barrel note on the first couple of sips as the first one did, where it kind of hits the outside, and then the tannins hit you right in the middle. It's not off-putting, but that's where the oak is hitting me on the palate.
I've never had this. I can tell you that.
Man,
It just
They're
gave me
pretty
like not a weird experience, but a different experience. Like this doesn't taste like anything that I've ever had. Not in a bad way by any means. I actually really like this. But like I told you guys in stream probably a bunch of times, like when I drink something, I try to remember specific things about it to kind of like pull me back to it. And I tasted this and it didn't remind me of anything.
The I was going to say, oh, the rye comes in very last. The rye spice comes in last for me on this. Right in the middle of the tongue. It's not a whole lot. It's just a little bit as it's coming across. But very, very nice. Very different experience than what I thought the nose was telling me it was going to taste like, for sure.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is from Pursuit United as well, and it's maybe one of their rye offerings. Like I'm getting that note, man, is so very close to what I got on the first one. That musty Rickhouse oak. Oh, man.
This one the oak profile comes off a little bit more pointed on this one than the last one. The last one was a little bit sweeter oak, but this one's a little bit more pointed. Has a little bit sharper tannin note on the nose than the others.
You've called out rye a few times here and there, Durell, and I can't relate to it. I don't relate to rye on this one either. Kelsey, where are you on that front? Like, I think this is a bourbon.
I think it's a blend. I don't think it's one or the other. I think it's a blend because here's why. I don't get like I would see why he would say that off of the nose when you're smelling it.
Yeah,
you
the
get
nose
those
is why I get more of rye.
Minty type of piney notes a little bit on the first part of the nose, but when you taste the palate, you get way too many bourbon notes coming across on the palate for me to say
that's a mixture. Like I would be okay with saying a Burai, but if this is just like a regular bourbon, that's kind of crazy that it has these notes.
The mouthfeel again is killer, and the finish on this one just carries through.
Yeah, it's a longer finish by far than the first one. Congrats, Larry. That's awesome, man.
Oh man, going back to the nose on A, it's like super cakey and like just sweet. Oh man.
Cheers, Hooper. Good to see you in here, buddy.
I'm wondering if this one is finished too. It'd be funny if it was a Pursuit again, because now I'm in my own head about the TDI and maybe it's just a different finish on top of it.
This taste, yeah, I was gonna say this tastes more like what I remember those TDI barrels tasting like. As far as the oak profile goes. I could be completely wrong, but that's really the finish on this is crazy long to me. It coats the palate and stays on there. And it's mostly the barrel notes that I'm getting on the finish.
I get a lot of rye spice. It could be a Burai, man, but my initial thoughts on the nose was rye immediately. It's not so forward like you said on the palate, but I do get a decent amount of rye.
Yeah.
Oh, the nose though, I dig the noses, man. Give me all the funky musty oak. Like I love it. Oh my god,
I really enjoy that. So that one's my favorite of the two so far. I'd probably put that one probably 2 points higher.
Dude, go back to the nose on A. Like, dude, that is like killer for me right now. It's so sweet and oaky.
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell it's double barreled now.
Oh,
that is like pure maple syrup on the nose right now.
Yeah, dude, it's like maple syrup. Sweet.
So sweet. You can definitely like if I had smelled that the way it smells right now when we first opened it.
Yeah,
100% double barrel. I mean, he's got those marshmallow, mapley kind of toasted notes to it that it didn't have when we first tried it.
That's wild. Some people say air doesn't get to whiskey. That definitely changed.
Oh, 100%.
Holy crap.
Oh, cheers.
These Pursuits picks, but I haven't had them in a while. Nice. This is my second go around.
All right. So
I missed out on both those drops with them.
Before I look at it, what do you guys think the proof is? I think it's pretty similar. I don't think it's.
Wait, did you open it? I haven't
looked at it yet. I opened it, but I hadn't looked at it.
I'm gonna read it.
All right.
I think it's similar. I'd go 108 still, which maybe even doubles down on what it is. But I think it's the same.
This makes so much more sense. Go ahead, Durell.
I love the finish.
Really?
Yeah, that makes much more sense.
Huh.
Yeah.
So this is Cedar Ridge Double Barrel
Oh.
Bourbon,
Okay.
proof 105.
Yeah.
105.
Wow.
So right there.
Okay.
Their crafty note is
Gorgeous.
way more prominent than the Pursuit type of flavor notes that we were getting.
That's wild. My only reference point to Cedar Ridge is the one that
Nashing
Jason
Journey.
did,
Yeah.
which was
Yeah,
the double oaked. I actually ordered both versions, and they sent me 2 double oaks instead of the other one that got released.
Well, you got the good ones, let me tell you, because the double oaked was way better than the regular.
Than the other one.
Yes.
I wasn't. In all honesty, I'm not big on that one personally. Like it just doesn't. It doesn't hit my palate right. This though, this is nice. So I don't know if double barrel is double oak or if it was just another regular barrel or not, but I prefer this one over the one that I have by a lot. Like that's actually really
It's
nice.
been a while since I've had that one. I actually split that bottle with Ethan and Katie, but I remember from memory that the double oak was way better. It was so much less crafty tasting than the regular one. You could really tell the youthfulness of it. But it's good. Thanks, Doug, for sending that.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like that kind of opens me back up because I literally shut them out after having that because that was my only reference point, and it didn't rub me the right way. But that right there, I wouldn't mind owning a bottle of, and I know their price points are relatively cheap too. So.
Oh yeah, great price points. I think it's right around $50, something like that.
I've had that.
I never got to try that.
I had that, the single malt. I had that at Jay's meetup this past September, and that is really, really good. They picked one too, so that's what I'm excited about. I know they went back to Cedar Ridge and did a quintessential, and I think another bourbon or something like that. But I'm probably going to go with the single malt personally.
Yeah.
I will say this one tastes way better as far as the age on it than Jay's did. I think this one's a little bit more complete.
I mean, it could be a year and a half older, depending on when it was picked, right? I mean,
yeah. Well, that was 2 years ago.
Right.
Yeah. So
I still get a lot of rye notes on the nose, man. Like I said, it's not so much on the palate, but
you need to work on that. That's like the reason I called you out earlier. That's like the third time that you said something was a rye in like the last 3 or 4 months where I was like, man, what is he picking up on?
Do we know the mash though? Maybe
I'm going to make you self-conscious about it, and then you're going to get a rye and Matt Madness. You'll be like, Jeff told me not to pick rye.
No, so, 95.5 with MGP. 100% with MGP rye. Like I'll never miss that up because it's something about it. But like Kentucky rye sometimes throw me. I don't know where Cedar Ridge is Iowa, but outside of MGP, sometimes it does mix me up because I'm so used to 95.5, which is obviously 95% rye. You know, when you start mixing, just say Heaven Hills 51%, that gets a little confusing. You know, some of the other places don't go super high on rye outside of MGP and Hard Truth, which is, you know, up there. You know, those like I don't miss. But these sometimes can kind of throw me for a loop.
Very fun pick though. Very good.
Oh my gosh. Look at this timing here. So Tom jumps in. We're about to get into sample number 3.
Is that in a bourbon jerk, Glenn?
And look at that. It's in a bourbon jerk glass.
Tom.
Reading my mind, Tom. And I got you your silver grows. We can talk about that later.
I need a Glenn. I need like a Glenn from all of our like YouTube friends, man. Like I got a handful of them. And the kids love to break the ones that are etched in YouTube names versus just a blank one. So I need a couple more, man. But Tom, I'm going to message you, man. I need one of those.
How many Glens do you think you both have?
Not as much as you. I'll tell you that.
I actually moved all my glassware because I got a humidor. So I moved all my glassware into different. So I probably have 16 or 18 Glens.
Yeah, I got a little over 20. Well, straight Glens probably 20, then like a couple Kenzies and like a couple other glasses. Probably like 25
I
glasses.
didn't count the Kenzies and the Bourbon Trail glasses. I have 8 Bourbon Trail glasses that I never use. So
Jeff has like 80.
12 boxes of 6 aggressive.
Yeah, all the meetups, you just pack all the Glens. I know you got them. So does Ed. Ed has like 100 of them. Came to the meetup with like 90 Glens for us to do our copper and cast pick. Oh, man.
Well, number 3 is very different to me on the nose. Cheers, guys. Let's get into this thing.
Oh, wow.
70 people in chat. We've got about 20 minutes left to go through this last one and talk through some other things. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe. Like I said, if you guys are wanting to get any of the copper and cast pick, we've got about 25 bottles left. Go over to Sealbox, search Big Vic, and it'll bring that up. There is a workaround for those that they don't ship to, so let us know if you need that.
What'd you say?
It's just a little bit more muted on the nose than the other 2 to me.
Richie, we're in the process of getting some new Glens, or more Glens, should I say. So we'll reach out, I guess, when we have them in hand, and everybody can start ordering some more. But we got some coming soon.
Adam Hinson's in here, and he wants some copper and cask now. Give me the copper and cask. He's good. Look at this thing,
up. Copper and Craft, Cooper and Craft.
Oh, look at that. I mentioned his name, and he pops in. What's up, Big Vic? Cheers, buddy.
Jeff is the whiskey mom in a minute.
Now it's starting to come out more. It could have just been my nose.
And John, you see John's comment.
I still think the theme is along the same line so far. So I still think this one lives in the craft world. I'm getting kind of a watermelon bubblicious kind of a vibe.
That's a good call out.
Off the nose.
Ooh. That's my favorite.
That is like spot on. The watermelon bubblicious. Holy crap, Jeff.
Hey. I don't even need to take another sip to know that's my favorite one. Dude, that first sip was nice. And it was like proof down from water. Like that is like fruity and jammy. And I don't get I get the similar oak notes that I got on the nose. On the nose of this, but on the palate, that's not even there.
The oak is very faint. It's very faint. There's not a lot of oak to me on this.
Yeah, only on the nose for me, not on the palate.
Man, that watermelon bubblicious note plays through all the way to the finish, Kelsey. I got it all the way through.
Are you getting the pencil shaving note, Jeff?
I get a little of that on the tail end of the palate. Slight bitterness. Slight.
I get a little bit of that on the nose and a little bit on the palate.
Man, I might have had this before. This one's got me thinking. Watermelon. I just called this out recently.
I like that. So
there was a whiskey thief that gave me this vibe that I had with Todd recently.
Hey, thanks, Jason.
Appreciate that, buddy.
How many bottles left, guys?
25
bottles.
25 when we started. Who knows where there are? So
4 cases left.
Twice as many people in here right now. So 71 people. Thank you for joining us here as Durell and I have all this nervous energy waiting for the Blendaggedon finals. But the Copper and Cask did come out just on Friday. If you're not following us, either on Patreon or in the private Facebook group, please hit the links in the description. That's how you're going to hear that we're dropping these single barrels first, and you're going to be first in line for them, pending on those channels there. But the Copper and Cask, huge success over the weekend. There's only 25 bottles left. Don't miss out on this one. It is going to be a Florida-aged Copper and Cask single barrel. Super excited to get this one onto the bar here. Yeah. MGP 21% rye.
Passcode is copper with a capital C, correct?
Yeah, Katie had
copper,
put that
lowercase c.
Lowercase c. Yeah, copper with lowercase c.
Copper. Yep. Real secure password. Or, well, I'll keep that to myself. Never mind. I found some way to break
all
seal.
Lowercase. Yeah, correct, William. Thank you.
should we throw out that shipping code too if they do over 100? If you guys order 2, right? It's actually no, you got to do 3 to get the shipping. Never mind. But if you do order 3, what is it? Select 1 for free shipping, guys. I ordered a few and got shafted because I forgot about it.
Yeah, this hits me like this whiskey thief that Todd and I thieved right out of the barrel a couple weeks ago.
Thieves?
Yeah. But man, the fruit on this one, yeah.
The oak tannins are really, really on the back part of my tongue, and it's becoming more bitter the longer the finish goes. I'm wondering if this is a younger whiskey.
So that's hitting you. Oh no, I think it's like 4 or 5 years. I bet you it is a younger whiskey. Very, very cool though.
Yeah,
I like this though. I will say though, A still for the nose is my
proof wise. Where you guys think this is?
Damn.
This is lower.
Same.
I think this is lower, slightly lower.
104. Yeah. 104.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're all 104. Durell, what are you at?
I'm right around the same. 104. What was the last one? 105.
105. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's right around that same proof point.
Durell, you should have stuck to your guns. Proof is 99.
Ooh, even lower.
No, that's where I was. I thought it was right around the same.
This is Fox and Odin double oak bourbon.
Oh, this is that? I literally just asked Vic to grab me a bottle of that because I loved it.
The bottle number on this one is 1781, bottled on April of 2023.
That's crazy because this stuff has super aged whiskey in it, dude.
Like that does not come across that way on the palate.
It doesn't on this specific batch, but the batch that we had at Fours in a Park, I think they range, dude, from like 10 to 16 or something. It was something crazy like that. Like the age on those double oaks are really up there with MGP. And I wouldn't have thought MGP on this actually either.
Man, this is MGP too. I wonder if it's a blend of MGP and other stuff. That's throwing me for a loop.
Fox and Odin, I think, is just straight MGP for the bourbon, the double oaked. So I remember having a chat with that guy. He was like, yeah, it's like 8 to like 16-year-old or a 10 to 16-year-old bourbon. They obviously proof it down. But this doesn't taste like that to me, but I do like this. But I only had that one time too, so.
You know, it does taste similar to that Pendleton 10-year.
This was sample C.
I haven't sent you guys a sample of that yet, but that does taste very similar to that Pendleton.
Yeah,
it was a theme all double barrels. The first one was a double barrel, right?
Yep. They were all double barrels.
They were all double barrels, which I wouldn't have guessed either, man. That was tricky.
Double oak bourbon, double barrel, and double oak. Double oak. Yeah, pretty much double oak each. Holy crap, Doug. You have a batch 3 as well. Hey, I'm happy with that. Oh, I'm reading chat on my phone.
Well, you have to do a whole video, Richie Z, of all the things that don't mean anything. Starting with foolproof.
We'll do a Seinfeld version of things that don't about nothing. We'll do a Seinfeld whiskey video of things about nothing. Whenever
I hear foolproof, I think in my head fool as in FOOL rather than fool, like dummy proof rather than fool. Like, oh, this whiskey's dummy proof. All right.
Vic just said he picked up the batch 3, so it's the same one that I'm drinking now for me. But also said young and old. I don't remember them saying it was very young though. I remember it being a good amount of higher age stuff, but
that does not translate to me on the palate. I get the young whiskey part of it for sure, but I don't get old vibes at all on that.
The first batch I had, whatever it was, I don't know if it was 1 or 2. It might have been 1 since this was like 2 years ago. That was better than this one. Of 8 to 16.
I wonder if that's what was getting the pencil shavings part, if not the double oak, but the fact that part of the signals were youth and then part of the signals were the tannins from the old. And it's like, man, what does that translate to?
It could be. Like the first one, though, that I had, which I think it was batch 1, you got all the old school MGP that we love, Jeff. and I don't know if you had a sample of that when they were there at Pours in the Park, but it was on that vibe. And I was like, holy crap, this is good. Granted, it was like 99 proof or whatever, but I was like, wow. And that put it on like the radar for me. This one tastes different, but I still really like it. But I can see where you're getting like that slight, maybe bitter, like pencil shave. So this one could maybe have younger whiskey than what he originally said, but I don't remember it being like 4 or 5 years old. I think it, like John said, he said 8 to 16. I think he said when I was there right around that same range too on that batch, but I don't know if it's batch specific or not.
Yeah.
Dude, off of that one, but really off of all these, I think my learning experience off of this, all the mouthfeels on these are fabulous. Like they're rich, they're oily, 99 proof. It travels through to a great finish. Like I think I might have a problem conflating mouthfeel and proof. Like I usually associate such a great oily mouthfeel with a higher proof, and now this just totally ruined.
I think for me, like the way that I differentiate that is proof. I always put the whiskey towards the front of my tongue to feel the proof, and then for viscosity is how long it stays on my mouth, and then also where those particular things hit on my palate. So I don't know if that'll help you at all, but for me, proof wise, I always put it towards the front of my tongue, and if it starts, hitting the front of my tongue like needles, I know it's a high proof whiskey.
Needles, I'm desensitized. We should talk about. Hey, Troy. Cheers, buddy. Hey, so on Saturday though, I nailed proof like the entire night.
That's
I don't know
awesome.
if you saw that. Yeah, I was super proud of that. I think it was really weird. So I think I scored only points on proof, which that shouldn't happen. And Trev only scored points outside of proof on type and everything. I was like, this is wrong, Trev. Like we're totally opposites right now. But Trev and I did work together and then called a bottle guest. Troy was as evil as you, Kelsey, and you'll appreciate this. He gave us a multi-choice question on state, and I saw the states, and I was not careful enough with his words because, and maybe this is a good lesson for me too when I'm listening to Matt, he kept asking where the whiskeys were produced, and that word produced means nothing, but like it didn't set off my alarm bells to question it. And he totally meant it in terms of like who released it, not who made it. And it totally messed me up on every type and everything the whole time. Like I kept thinking MGP, all that. And then the moment he was like produced thing, then Trev and I started talking. We're like, oh, the first one's Rebecca Creek. Like it hit us like immediately.
All right, guys, we got 7.5 minutes left here before these two battle it out on Jason's stream. Make sure you guys, again, go over, support, give if you can. There's some great bottles up for grabs. So make sure you guys head over there in just a few minutes. Again, want to say thank you so much to Doug for sending all of these wonderful samples that we got to taste through tonight. A lot of fun, good training for these two on Matt Madness as well. I think the only other thing, like to talk about, we've got these picks coming up, like we said, in May at New Holland and Evernorth. We do have a Bardstown pick that's being bottled, as well as a Green River pick, single barrel that's being bottled, and then some other ones lined up for towards the latter part of the year. So a lot of stuff coming up. Make sure you guys are tuned into that Patreon. We do have a free tier, so just join. It's free. That way you guys can keep track. Join the Facebook group as well. That way you guys get updates as well as video drops, all those things that that you can kind of keep on the pulse of what's going on here. Jeff, Durell, you guys still feeling nervous?
Man,
I'm always nervous.
Oh man, I like my blend so much that I'm like in that weird confident state, and that is so dangerous to be in. Like I should not be emotionally invested, but I love my blend so much that I
Dude,
am.
it's hard not to be emotionally invested when you create something and you feel it's good, and everything is so subjective. I mean, you've got two people that have incredible palates that are going to be judging this tonight with Fred and Matt. So
I wonder if Matt got his samples. Jay was saying yesterday it was still not arrived, and it was in Colorado. So I don't even know if Matt has them.
Oh man,
So I guess we'll find out really early.
Taking it down to the wire.
Yeah. So I think he's
That
still
might help
obviously
me, man. I think this is a Fred Minnick blend, but I don't know about Matt. Matt's a wild card, man. You got to be careful with Matt.
Yeah. Here's the thing. It's always interesting to hear people talk of what they're getting on your blends, because there's some things that everybody calls something else that means something totally different than what you think it might mean. Or they're tasting something that you never thought that somebody would get off what you blended. So it'll be a fun time. Like I said, there's tons of bottles, giveaways. The best thing to do is to go over there, support for the National Children's Hospital is what their charity they're going to be doing tonight. Thanks to Jason and Matt and Fred for putting this on tonight. It's going to be a fun time. So make sure you guys, when we finish here, jump on over there, tell them we sent you, root these guys on. Next week, what are we doing next week?
We're essentially doing this again. So we got to run through these Doug samples. So we'll do another 3 next week, and that'll help us out with the training. And once we have word on whatever Friday we're on, we'll let everybody know as well. But Matt Madness does kick off this Friday with Sean, Trev, and a mystery tater who is posting some Bray Wyatt-like videos, if you get the reference.
Oh, man.
Oh, goodness.
That should be fun. Ready for more blinds. We need more practice before we go.
I think that is it for us here, everybody. So thank you so much. Go over there, start hanging out with chat, root us on. Good luck to everybody else that is in the competition tonight. Miro, I know, was up against me on my side of the bracket. Durell, who came up on your side too? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
Good luck to everybody else that is in there. You know, you got to go up against us. So that's a stiff competition. But if you
40%
beat us,
to win,
all fair played, and I really hope you have some fun tonight.
Let's bring another bell home.
Absolutely. See you guys soon. Make sure you guys check out the video drops.
Oh, man.
And appreciate all the support. Copper and Cask, go get the bottles while you can. We'll see you right here next Whiskey Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We'll see you soon. Talk to you later.
Bye, everybody.